For those of you planning to pull off a few pranks on friends and family on April Fool's Day, well, here I have 12 pranks and booby traps you can successfully execute on April 1st or pretty much any other day of the year. Now, before we get started, let's make sure that you are subscribed to this channel with all notifications turned on. One last thing, guys, I would really appreciate it if you guys gave this video a like for my effort. Alright then, let's get pranking. Let's begin with a few booby traps you can easily set up in the kitchen. We're mainly gonna focus on the fridge right now. Well, here I have a carton of orange juice and this one is actually empty, which is good because I would not want to waste any precious OJ. All I'm gonna do is fill it up with a few inches of water from the faucet. Then I'm gonna turn it on its side, and with my trusty blade, I'm gonna cut into the bottom. Now the cut is above the water line so it does not leak. So the opening should look a little something like this. The last step for this booby trap is to actually put the carton of juice back into the fridge, but of course leave it on its side so it doesn't spill out until somebody in your household grabs it from the fridge. It is sure to make a huge mess depending on how much water you put in there. You'll definitely get their shoes wet with this prank. Up next, you're gonna need a bowl, preferably a styrofoam bowl. What we're gonna do here is pour some cereal inside. Get yourself a piece of string or floss. The length will vary depending on the size of the fridge, so don't make the cut just yet. Just tape one end of the string to the edge of the bowl. Use as much tape as needed. Now let's put the bowl of cereal inside the fridge. Notice that I'm placing it right below another shelf. That's very important as we are gonna run the string through the back and over the top shelf. Pull it out, and now you can cut it so you can tie it onto the fridge door, but make sure that you do this while the door is slightly opened. Our booby trap is ready now. Just wait till somebody opens the fridge door. A mess of cereal will be waiting for them. Having to clean the inside of the fridge isn't fun at all, guys. I really love this next prank because it's super easy to set up. Pretty much the freezer will do all the work. Just take all the liquids from inside the fridge, such as milk, juice, or even a bottle of soda, and put them in the freezer. Of course, you gotta do this right before bedtime when everybody's asleep, and of course you'd have to wake up super early to put everything back. They'll be super angry when they try to pour some milk onto their bowl or when they want a glass of orange juice. This next prank will require a balloon filled with water, and here I have a twisty balloon, which is quite long as you can see. So what we're gonna do here is locate an empty compartment on the fridge door, and we are gonna attach some push pins onto the bars. Now these push pins have to point in this direction, guys, towards the outside of the fridge. So about 2 to 3 of these should do the trick. Simply lay the balloon inside the compartment and gently shut the door. Next person who opens the fridge door will cause the balloon to pop just like this. There's just no avoiding this mess, guys, as the balloon slides in the direction of the push pins as soon as the fridge door is opened. This prank can get very messy, guys, so be careful. These next few chore pranks can also be done in the kitchen. Here I have a simple everyday broom, so here is an easy way to booby trap it. Simply take it and untwist the stick. Now guys, the stick must be hollow in order for this prank to work. So what you gotta do is remove the handle from the top end of the stick. That way you have access to the inside, and basically we're gonna be swapping places here. The top of the broom just became the bottom and the bottom is now the top. Now we can fill it up with anything we want. I myself am gonna go with flour and oats. You can easily do this by taking a piece of paper and turning it into a funnel just like I'm doing here. Put the broom back together and place it back where you got it from. Guys, we are not done yet, as this is a 2-part prank. Next, we are gonna take the dustpan and spread some peanut butter all over the bottom. Of course, you guys can add anything else that you want, but peanut butter is perfect for this prank. Just put the dustpan back. I suggest you leave it leaning against the wall. So the next person who has to sweep up the floors will fall for this prank. First, they will grab the broom, and as soon as they do that, all the contents inside will spread all over the floor. This is when they will grab the dustpan, and as soon as they lay it flat on the floor to sweep up the mess, all that peanut butter will get all over the floor. So basically, once they think they are done sweeping up the floor, they'll have another mess to deal with. How frustrating is that, huh? So here I have 2 containers of all-purpose cleaner, and yes, they are the same color. So what I'm gonna do is empty out one onto the other bottle, as I don't want to waste them. So basically what we need is for one of these bottles to be empty, as we're gonna fill it up with something that looks similar but it's totally different. Normally I'd use Kool-Aid, but in this case I got some knockoff brand. So all I'm gonna do here is sprinkle some of that powder onto the bottle. All we do now is fill it up with water, and that's it. It looks identical as it was before. This will frustrate your victims when doing chores, as the all-purpose cleaner will be nothing but flavored water. Whatever area they attempt to clean will become stickier and stickier. Another way to mess with an all-purpose cleaner bottle is to twist off the nozzle and simply remove the plastic hose that's attached to it. Twist the nozzle back on the bottle, and when your victim tries to use it, he or she will get frustrated at the fact that it won't spray out anything. Hopefully they're smart enough to actually look inside the bottle. These next couple of pranks we're gonna set up on that person that has to do the dishes. First, let's mess with the scrubbing sponge. Now this is a typical sponge you would find in any household. It has to have at least 2 layers like this one. Well, we're gonna peel them apart. This is best done if you use a blade. Now, we are not gonna tear the layers apart, we're just temporarily gonna separate them. At this point, we can apply some Kool-Aid powder in the center. To close it back up, we are gonna use some super glue. Just apply some on the edges and lay the top layer on top of the bottom one. Let it dry and the prank is set. When they try to use it, they'll be in for a surprise, as the water instantly changes color, and in this case it turned red. It will totally throw them off. Another way to prank that person doing dishes is to mess with the dish soap. Now, in order for this prank to work, the dish soap must be in a non-see-through bottle. So this bottle won't work. It has to look like this one. Basically, this one is full, so I'm gonna empty it out. Once empty, I can fill it up with something else, and since I'm a mean prankster, I will replace the dish soap with some syrup. Of course, our victims won't be able to tell that it's syrup inside the bottle and not dish soap. Put the nozzle back and place it back where it goes. Once the person doing dishes starts to use the soap, instead of cleaning the dishes, they'll be making them sticky. It's not fun washing dishes with syrup. Here I have a pair of cleaning gloves. These are quite common in the kitchen or in the bathroom. Well, here's how we're gonna get someone really mad. Simply take one of these stinky fart bags and open it up. Pour some of that smelly powder into one of the gloves. Do this very fast though, because these really stink. Simply roll up the glove to keep that smell from coming out, and that's it. When your victim puts on one of these gloves, they won't notice at first, but as they're doing chores such as washing dishes or cleaning toilets, the smell will only get stronger, and when it's time to take out the gloves, well, you guys get the idea. They'll end up with a stinky hand. This time, let's say it's your turn to take out the trash, and you just did, but now you have to replace the bag with a brand new one. Well, here's how you set up the following prank on the next person who will have to take out the trash. Simply get a new bag, and with a pair of scissors, cut the bottom off. It's not that hard, right? Well, now just open up the bag and place it inside the trash bin. It's as easy as that. Just make sure they can't see that the bottom of the bag is exposed. Now, once the trash bin fills up and your victim attempts to take out the trash, this will happen. They will get trash all over the floor. This can turn into a really ugly prank, especially if it's a bigger trash bin with lots of trash. And if they get any garbage water on themselves, well, they'll be super mad. But again, it's April Fool's Day, so they better learn to take a joke. Well, there you guys have it. 12 pranks and booby traps that you guys can set up on your loved ones on April Fool's Day. As you just watched, they're not that hard to set up, but you will definitely get a good laugh out of these pranks. Now guys, if you're a fan of pranks, I hope you consider subscribing if you haven't yet. One last thing, give this video a like. I really appreciate all the support, pranksters. Have an amazing prank-filled April Fool's Day. I'll see you guys in my next video.